Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. I'm Kuratulain Bukhari, Leadership Wali from Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute, line number 24, level number 1. Today is day 10 of my training, and I am assigned to record a video on a topic, the science behind happiness and how to cultivate joy. And the assignment is I have to invite ChatGPT to my live stream and to discuss this topic with ChatGPT. So I'm going to invite ChatGPT to my live stream first, and then we will be ready to start anything. Hello, ChatGPT.
Hi. What's on your mind today?
In my mind, there is a topic, the science behind happiness and how to cultivate joy, and I need to discuss it with you. I have to record a session with you. Are you ready for that?
Sure. Let's do it. I'm ready when you are.
So
Go
I have,
ahead with your
okay, thank you so much.
first question.
Sorry for interruption. Sorry.
Okay. Take your time. I'm here.
So today we are exploring a topic that almost every human being is searching, that is happiness. To begin our conversation, what does science actually mean by happiness? And how is it different from the common understanding of simply feeling good?
That's a great starting question. Scientifically, happiness isn't just about pleasure or feeling good in the moment. It's more, no. Research shows that genuinely happy people still face stress, sadness, and setback. The difference is they generally cope better, have stronger connections, and feel their life has meaning, even when things are hard. So, science sees it as a combination of emotional well being, resilience, and purpose, not just temporary pleasure.
You have spoken a word resilience. What is it?
Hmm. Yeah, I meant that science points to two big pieces. One is hedonic well-being. That is pleasure and positive feelings. The other is eudaimonic well-being, meaning living in line with your values, growing, contributing something meaningful. So, it's not about constant good vibes, but about a balance, having moments of happiness, but also feeling your life is worthwhile, even when it's messy or hard.
So, you mentioned that happiness is not simply a feeling but a combination of emotion, satisfaction, and purpose. That naturally raises another question. If happiness is such a complex process, why do so many people mistakenly believe that achieving success or earning more money will automatically make them happy?
Hmm, that's such an important question. A lot of people equate success or money with happiness because it's easy to imagine that once you reach a goal, like a promotion or a bigger house, you'll finally feel content. But hedonic adaptation kicks in. Humans quickly get used to new circumstances, and the boost fades. Money can reduce stress up to a point, but beyond basic security, relationships, good health, purpose, and gratitude matter far more for long term happiness. So, success isn't irrelevant, but it's more like a support tool than the core source of well being. The deeper kinds of joy tend to come from connection, contribution, and aligning with your values. The stuff money alone can't buy.
Okay, the idea of hedonic adaptation is fascinating because many people spend years chasing one goal after another. If external achievements doesn't create lasting happiness, then what factors have researchers found that consistently contribute to long-term well-being?
Let me check on that. That's a wonderful question because it moves us toward what actually supports happiness. Researchers keep finding a few big pillars: strong relationships, a sense of purpose, gratitude, physical well being, acts of kindness, and mindfulness. It's less about what we own and more about how we live day to day, which raises the fun part: how to build those into daily life, even with a busy schedule. Want to explore some simple starting steps?
Can you please repeat the last sentence?
Sure. Want to explore some simple starting steps?
Yes, sure.
Great. One practical move is invest time in close relationships, even small check ins. Another is pick one value that matters to you, like learning or kindness, and add a tiny action for it each day. And practice noticing what's going okay, not just what's wrong. Start tiny, but be consistent. Small, regular habits beat grand gestures over time.
Thank you so very much. It's so beneficial and so satisfying. You highlighted relationships as one of the strongest predictors of happiness. People who assume happiness is mainly an individual experience. Why do close relationships have such a powerful effect on our emotional well being?
Hmm. Great question. Close relationships give us emotional safety, someone to share stress with, someone who mirrors back that we're not alone. Biologically, connection can lower stress hormones and boost bonding chemicals, but it's less about quantity of connections and more about depth. Feeling seen, supported, and able to support, that sense of trust and belonging forms a buffer when life gets rough. Studies like the long running Harvard Adult Development Study found that connections predict long term happiness better than money or fame. So while happiness feels personal, it's built in relationship with others. That raises the next question: how do we nurture those relationships in practical, everyday ways?
Yes, that's a question. So, what do you think about it?
Hmm. see. I think the encouraging part is healthy relationships are built through simple, repeatable habits, like being fully present when someone talks, or saying clearly what you appreciate, making a little time for meaningful conversations, showing empathy, and learning to forgive and resolve conflicts respectfully. Tiny acts done often build trust, and trust is rocket fuel for well being. So, not dramatic gestures, just consistent presence. What makes that hard in day to day life for you, if anything?
Yes, relationships clearly matter, but life isn't always easy. Everyone experiences disappointment, stress, loss. Does science suggest that happy people experience fewer problems, or do they simply respond to difficulties differently?
Hmm, that's a very good question. Research suggests that it's not that happy people have fewer problems. They tend to respond differently, more resilient, are likely to reframe setbacks, seek support, use healthy coping tools, and focus on what they can control rather than what they can't. So, it's not the absence of storms, but having better emotional sails to navigate them, which naturally leads to can resilience itself be built deliberately?
So, can you explain resilience in detail?
Certainly. Resilience is the ability to adapt, recover, and keep going, even when facing setbacks, stress, or loss. It's not about never feeling sad or anxious. It's about gradually rebounding and staying engaged with your goals. And good news, you can build it. Habits like cultivating a realistic but hopeful mindset, nurturing social connections, learn from setbacks by reframing them, taking care of your physical health, and focusing on what you can control. It's practice, not personality fixed. And you don't have to do everything at once. Even one or two small, consistent habits can quietly strengthen your resilience over time.
Yes, resilience is so much important trait and important skill, and it comes with the mindfulness and with gratitude. So my next question is that today this is the age of social media, and which has become a major part of modern life. Many people enjoy it, yet many also report feeling less satisfied afterward. What does research say about the relationship between social media and happiness?
Hmm, timely question. Research suggests social media isn't inherently good or bad. It depends on how it's used. It can help people connect and learn, but heavy use, especially passive scrolling and social comparison, tends to correlate with lower well being. The encouraging part is mindful use helps. Setting time limits, curating uplifting content, prioritizing face to face relationships, and balancing screen time with real world activities. In short, use it intentionally, not endlessly.
Thank you so very much. And finally, if you could leave our viewers with one important message about happiness, what would it be?
One moment, if I could leave one message. It'd be happiness isn't a destination, it's a daily practice. Build it with gratefulness, meaningful relationships, resilience, and small, consistent choices. Don't wait for a perfect life. Live one that feels purposeful. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. Truly. May your viewers find both joy and meaning.
Thank you so very much, ChatGPT, for being with us and sharing your views
You're
with
very
us.
welcome. Thank you, and best of luck with your recording.
Thank you.
Take care.
So, in the end, I want to share something about happiness. That happiness is less about waiting for better circumstances and more about becoming the kind of a person who can recognize joy in ordinary moments. So, with these
That's
words,
beautiful.
I sign off from here.
Thank you for the thoughtful